In my last video, I derived reduction formula for sin x raised to p cos x raised to q with respect to x. First method is we can write sin x raised to p cos x raised to q as sin x raised to p minus 1 sin x into cos x raised to q. Then we get this as the reduction formula. And second method is we can also write sin x raised to p cos x raised to q as sin x raised to p cos x into cos x raised to q minus 1. Then we will get this as the reduction formula. So there are two methods here and both serves as reduction formula. Now in this video I derive formula for integral 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q with respect to x. To derive the reduction formula for this is the topic, and also I consider some problems on this. For that we take this, we have integral sin x raised to p cos x raised to q with respect to x is, it is sin x raised to p plus 1 cos x raised to q minus 1 upon p plus q plus q minus 1 by p plus q into integral sin x raised to p cos x raised to q minus 2 with respect to x. See, this is the first step. First you have to derive this reduction formula for indefinite integral. First you have to derive integral sin x raised to p cos x raised to q is this. This we have already obtained. In my last period I explained how to obtain this one. How do you obtain this? We write sin x raised to p cos x raised to q as sin x raised to p into cos x raised to q minus 1, and we apply integration by parts, taking cos x raised to q minus 1 first function, sin x raised to p cos x as second function, and we get this one. Therefore in this the topic is to find 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q. Therefore 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q with respect to x is, it is, you know what is definite integral, it is sin x raised to p plus 1 cos x raised to q minus 1 upon p plus q from 0 to pi by 2. Definite integral means value of this when x is pi by 2 minus value of this when x is 0. First I take 0 to pi by 2 of first term plus q minus 1 upon p plus q into 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q minus 2 with respect to x. I think you followed this first step. We derive the formula for reduction formula for indefinite integral sin x raised to p cos x raised to q. I have taken this form. Then we consider 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q. 0 to pi by 2 means value of this integral when x is pi by 2 minus value of this when x is 0. Now see the first term here, when substitute pi by 2 here, value of this when x is pi by 2 minus value of this when x is 0. When x is pi by 2, what do you get? Sin pi by 2 cos pi by 2 raised to q minus 1. Because of cos pi by 2 is 0, this becomes 0. So when pi by 2 it is 0, this term becomes 0. When 0 also it becomes 0. Because sin of 0 is 0. Both cos x and sin x are there. Therefore when pi by 2, because of cos x it becomes 0. When x is 0, because of sin x it becomes 0. So For pi by 2 and 0 both it becomes 0. So we get only q minus 1 by p plus q integral 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q minus 2 with respect to x. Now see, we use this notation. Notation is, let integral 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q with respect to x is I p comma q. This is the notation, I p comma q. Then what does 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q minus 2 becomes? Now compare this with sin x raised to p cos x raised to q minus 2 with sin x raised to p cos x raised to q. Only we have here, in place of q we have q minus 2. Rest of the thing is same. Limit is 0 to pi by 2. So in terms of our notation, we get I p q is, I p comma q is q minus 1 by p plus q I p comma q minus 2. Now this serves as a recurrence formula. This serves as a recurrence formula. Now say we have connected IPQ with IPQ minus 2. Now we obtain what is IPQ minus 2, IPQ minus 4 and so on. For that we successively substitute Q minus 2, Q minus 4 and so on, and IPQ minus 2 is, now we use this as a recurrence formula. Finally I explain what is the formula, and we have in a compact form, very fine form, we will get a formula. Now further, what is the next thing? Obtain IPQ minus 2 here. What is IPQ minus 2? It is q minus 3 by p plus q minus 2 IP q minus 4. Because in place of q, you have to substitute q minus 2. Q minus 2. 1, 2, 3. 3 q's are there, q minus 2. Further, IP q minus 4. IP q minus 4 is q minus 5 by p plus q minus 2 IP q minus 6. And if you substitute like this, finally we connect IP3 if q is odd. P may be any integer here. P may be any integer. IP3 is, what is IP3? Q minus, in place of q we have to substitute 3. It is 2 by p plus 2, correct? 2 by p plus 3 IP 1 when q is odd, and IP2 is 1 upon p plus 2 IP 0 when q is even. Q is even. P plus 2 IP 0 when q is even. See, we substitute like this. Finally, in the last step we get IP3 and IP2. When q is odd, we get IP3 is 2 by p plus 3 IP1. When q is even, we get IP2 is 1 upon p plus 2 IP0. This will be the last factor in this formula. Now we find out what is this IP1 and IP0. IP1 is integral 0 to pi by 2. What do you mean by IP1? IPQ is this. IP1 is, this is IPQ. What is this? This is IPQ. What is IP1? Integral 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x dx. Correct? Understand? First we have denoted 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q by IPQ. and we successively substituting q minus 2, q minus 4, etc. We get finally this one when q is odd and this when q is even. Now we find out what is IP1. IP1 means P1, q is 1. And what is integral sin x raised to p cos x? It is sin x raised to p plus 1 upon p plus 1. Sin x raised to p plus 1 upon p plus 1. Because how do you integrate this? It is fx raised to n into f dash x. What is fx raised to n into f dash x? Fx raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Limit is from 0 to pi by 2. So it is 1 upon p plus 1. 1 upon p plus 1. Because sin pi by 2 is 1, sin 0 is 0. So this IP1 is 1 upon p plus 1. But what about IP0? IP0, let us find out IP0. Because when q is even, we get IP0. IP0 is 0 to pi by 2 cos x, sin x raised to p and cos x raised to 0. So it is sin x raised to p with respect to x. Understand, when q is odd, we get IP1. When q is even, IP0. All this we have to substitute. I explain how to substitute. IP1 means 1 upon p plus 1. 1 upon p plus 1. Here, IP0 is important. Because IP0 becomes 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p. Again, what is 0 to pi by 2 sin raised to p, sin x raised to p? It depends on value of p, even or odd. But here, p may be even or odd. IP1 becomes 1 upon p plus 1 then. IP1 becomes 1 upon p plus 1 when p may be even or odd. But when q is even, IP0 becomes 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p. That IP1 don't depend on p. Try to understand. IP1 don't depend on p. P may be even or odd. It becomes only 1 upon p plus 1. But IP0, it depends on p. Because 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p, this has two values depending on p. Suppose p is even, then what do you get? First I take p is odd, it is p minus 1 by p minus 3 by p minus 2, and so on. 2 by 3 it is. 2 by 3 when p is odd. P is odd. Because I have used the reduction formula here. Already we have derived 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to n. What is that? It depends on n. N is odd, we get this. N is even, p minus 1 by p minus 3 by 2, etc. half into pi by 2. When p is even. P is even. Now using all these things, I will write here, using all these things, IPQ is, these cases arises now. IPQ is, it is q minus 1 by q minus, say IPQ is q minus 1 by p plus q, q minus 3 by p plus q minus 2, plus so on, 2 by p plus 3 into 1 upon p plus 1. This is when q is odd, p may be even or odd. Even or odd. It doesn't depend on p. So when q is odd, we have IPQ is, that is 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q is this. Secondly, it is also equal to IPQ is q minus 1 by p plus q, q minus 3 by p plus q minus 2, etc. into 1 upon p plus 2, 1 upon p plus 2, correct, 1 upon p plus 2 p plus 2 into, now there are two cases. When q is odd, p may be even or odd, we have one formula. But when q is even, two cases were there. When q is odd, only one case. P may be even or odd, we get only 1 upon p plus 1. Suppose q is even, then what happens? Q is even and I take p is odd. Then what do you get? P minus 1 by p, p minus 3 by p minus 2 into 2 by 3. This is when q is even, p is odd. P is odd. Next, one more case is left. What is that? It is also same as IPQ is q minus 1 by p plus q, q minus 3 by p plus q minus 2 into 1 upon p plus 2 into p minus 1 by p, p minus 3 by p minus 2, etc. etc. What is the last factor? 1 by 2 pi by 2. This is when q is even, p is also even. P is also even. So this reduction formula can be like this. What is the reduction formula therefore? Integral 0 to pi by 2 cos x raised to p sin x raised to p cos x raised to q is this. When q is odd, p may be even or odd. When q is even, p is odd, we have this. P is odd. Last factor is p minus 3 by p minus 2, so on 2 by 3. This is when q is even, p is odd. This is when q is even, but p is also even. P is also even. This is the reduction formula for integral 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q. But this formula can be simplified and stated as follows. What do you observe here? Here the important thing is, if both p and q are even, q is even, p is also even, then we have last factor we have to multiply by pi by 2. You have studied sin x raised to n, cos x raised to n, 0 to pi by 2. Same. In that formula, 0 to pi by 2 cos x raised to n, last factor will be pi by 2 when n is even. Otherwise, it reduces to 2 by 3. Here also, we have a simple technique. What is that? 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q becomes q minus 1 by p plus q, q minus 3 by p plus q minus 2, or it is like this. Integral 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to p cos x raised to q with respect to x becomes, three factors are there. One starts from q minus 1, second starts from p minus 1, and denominator starts from p plus q. Say one factor is q minus 1, second is p minus 1 in the numerator. Denominator there is one factor, p plus q. In the formula there will be three factors. In the numerator q minus 1, p minus 1 are there. Denominator p plus q. And each factor decreases by 2. Q minus 1 next factor is q minus 3, q minus 5 and so on. Here p minus 1 next factor is p minus 3 and so on. Denominator p plus q, next factor is p plus q minus 2 and so on. And last factor is pi by 2, or you have to multiply by pi by 2 only when both p and q are even. You have to multiply last by pi by 2 only when both p and q are even. Suppose both are odd, or one is odd, one is even, then this pi by 2 you need not multiply by pi by 2, or this pi by 2 will not be there. Only three factors. One q minus 1 starts from q minus 1, second p minus 1, p plus q. Each factor decreases by 2. This is the simple rule. So only p and q are both even, it is followed by pi by 2. Otherwise it is not followed by pi by 2. Thus you can remember this reduction formula. I think you have followed this one. I explained very clearly, and you have to go through again and again this video, and I explained by taking one example. Evaluate 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to 5 cos x raised to 6 with respect to x. While applying the formula, you have to see these two things here, p and q. Here when both are even, p and q are even, you have to multiply by pi by 2. Otherwise you need not multiply pi by 2. Now what are the factors here? First one starts from 5 minus 1, 4, 2. Then 6 minus 1. It is p minus 1. Starts from 6 minus 1. That is 5, 3, 1. Divided by, what is the denominator? Starts from p plus q. What is p plus q? 11, 9, 7, 5, then 3 and 1. This 5, 3, 1 cancels. You will get 8 by, multiply this, 11, 9, 7, 6 to 93. This is the value. To follow now how to apply this, three factors are there. One starts from p minus 2, second starts from q minus 1, denominator starts from p plus q. One more, 0 to pi by 2 sin x raised to 6 cos x raised to 8 with respect to x. How to apply the formula? I complete this problem. How to apply the formula? Here starts from 5, 3, 1. Second starts from q minus 1. What is that? 7, 5, 3, 1. Denominator is 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 8, 6, 4, 2 into pi by 2 because both are even. Now simplify this. This is the answer. Only two cases finally. When both are even, you have to multiply by pi by 2. One even, one odd, you need not multiply by pi by 2. I think topic is clear, and I solve some more varieties of problem in the next video. Thank you.